Just going, shut that shit down, open this shit, bamsies, baby. Hey everybody, it's Mr. Streamore. Or at least a fucking stand-in for Mr. Streamer. Mr. Streamer died, you see. He went and took a nap and never came back. So I had to step in and do his shit for him. Yeah, I took a little bit of a nap and yeah, I missed the usual stream time, but I didn't want to deprive the none of the chamber enjoyers of their fic this week, so we did go ahead and pop up for a late night stream tonight. Which isn't too crazy for me because we would still be streaming at this time. It's just we would start earlier, you know what I mean? Like by about at least like 45 minutes usually, but it is what it is. And we're here and we're going to stream and we're going to do a chapter under the chamber and it's going to be a good one, I fucking hope. But yeah, because we're only doing a chapter tonight, we might get another chapter later in the week. You know, I might sprinkle it in like on a Wednesday or a Thursday stream. So you might be able to look forward to that. Perhaps. You know who hasn't updated their fanfic in a while? Punch Drunk Gator. Hopefully they're doing okay. Walks over to Jake, tugs on his arm. He looks at me. His eyes are hollow at this point. It's as if he's staring through me. I think that that chapter is kicking his ass. Turn this down just a teensy bit. Hear that there's a pretty massive update for Voices of the Void. I did hear that there was a pretty big one, but I didn't know what all the content was. Maybe we get a Voices of the Void stream soon. Who fucking knows? There's so many streams that should happen that have not yet happened. So look forward to it until it doesn't happen. In which case, don't look forward to it. There's not gonna be a Cobalt Care stream. You know that damn well. Most of you're gonna get is gonna be fucking. Maybe I'll just hop in the fucking Discord one of the nights when they're doing Cobalt Care and be like, okay, fine, I'll play too. Hello. When can I give you my money, streamer man? I will enable it soon, TM. I could just enable it out of the blue, but I think it'd be funny to enable it on like a specific stream, and I gotta figure out what stream to enable it for. 24 a moment. Only one chapter, Mr. Streamer? The less you read, the more time Jake has. No, you see, the thing is, we light a fire under Jake's ass by reading his stuff, like, in blast. Like, each time we do it, we do like 3 of his fucking chapters. So where are we at in this? So we're twists and turns. So we've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've got 12 chapters past the one that we're currently on for None in the Chamber. Now what about Punch Drunk Gator? Punch Drunk Gator. Where are we at? Chapter index. Wedding Bashers, Wretched Red. 17 question mark? What? Let me check. I think we're on no, it'd be 3's a crowd, right? It says about a week after. Yeah, I think we're on chapter 16 then. I think we just finished chapter 15. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna be on chapter 16 with Punch Drunk, and then we have how many chapters then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 chapters left in Punch Drunk, so depending on how quickly we go through that, that's either like 2 or 3 more streams. We definitely have a lot more None in the Chamber to get through because, like we have pointed out time and time again with this one, these chapters are long as fuck. So yeah. If you get a chapter, we're trying to shoot for 2, but like a week if I can help it. So if I get another chapter in sometime later this week, we'll be doing 2 a week. So then how many do we have for this? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Like, we'll call it 7 weeks left of None in the Chamber. Though, when we finish Punch Drunk, or at least catch up, we can put that on the back burner and we'd be able to crank it out a little bit more. So I would say, let's see here. Let me think for a minute. So what did I say? 2 or 3, so we'll call it 10 weeks. Okay, wait, no, not quite. So if we do the alternations, so we said, what, 7 weeks for None in the Chamber. So that puts us on 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We'll call it 3 weeks for Punch Drunk. All right, I'm fucking brain blasting this. A month and a half from now, I think we could be or at least caught up on both fics with the current chapter count. Because as soon as we finished up the Punch Drunk, we can double up. And then if we do 2 chapters a stream and we do 2 streams a week, that's 4 chapters a week, which means we get through None in the Chamber way quicker as well. But that's if I'm consistent. So don't, I would say best case scenario, we're able to finish this shit in 6.5 weeks. But that's on top of the fact that we would need to be waiting for the rest of the stuff to come out as well. Because neither fic is quite finished at this point. And I can't remember how many they were planning to have for None in the Chamber. I want to say it was like 40? Maybe? I know like somebody's mentioned it before, but you know. Stares at the unmoving chapter 5. Oh no. Cracks my whip. Yeah. Abiotic Factory got an update today. We got fishing now, baby. I heard that the Abiotic Factory get an update. I still have not gone to it, and I've still tried to keep my exposure to it to a minimum. Because I want to wait for when the game considers itself 1.0 for me to really give it a good shake. Just got back from a Slipknot concert at Madison Square Garden to catch Mr. Streamer reading stream. Perfect. We got that timing tonight, it appears. Enable it on reading streams, it's when I visit. We'll have like a guerrilla reading night or something, and that's when we'll do it. Why would you enable that at the blue? What do you do? See, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to enable out of the blue because there's people who want to be there for like the first monetized stream, so I gotta figure out like what we do for that so that way they can be there. Not gonna spoil what's in the latest Voices of the Void, but there's like 100 new things added and a complete world overhaul. Also ARG and lore drops. Huh. Upgraded to chapter 6 myself. Saw his brain stall when Amber Light started playing. The thing is, my brain stalls all the time, so it's not really much of an accomplishment now, is it? 12-hour None in the Chamber stream? 1 chapter per hour? Dude, I can't average 1 chapter per hour. These fucking chapters are long. I think I usually average like an hour and a half on these chapters. You know what we truly need in our lives? A Damien and Inko fanfic. Come on, who's with me? Raise the chicken wire. Looks at Jake. If you pay him like money, he'll do it, I think. next one in the chamber are long. Oh boy. How long are we talking here? Hold up a sec. We're on chapter 20, so comparatively, it's about the same. About the same. It looks like they're about the same as they would usually be. I don't notice them. Oh, 22's longer. I saw that bar shrink a little bit. Row. Okay, 22 and 23 look to be longer. Okay, I think we start getting a bit longer, yeah. Rolls my way back to twists and turns. Fuck my life, these 5-mile bike rides are gonna kill me. I couldn't do that. My cardio's dog shit. Trade proposition, read only, none in the chamber. I can't deny Jake his fic though. Even if it would make my life a lot easier to just put like all of it on, all on black, you know what I mean? All on none in the chamber. Would make it a little bit easier. None in the chamber was maybe like 50 to 60. Fuck me, that would mean they are like only at the halfway marker, or just a little bit past the halfway marker in the fic. Or not us, but like them writing it. Pretty sure there already is a Damien Inco fic, but you might not want that on your search history, just saying. Deny Jake's fic for the funny. He'll cry, guys. He'll actually cry. You've been Jimmy Neutron all this time, streamer? God, I wish I could brain blast. You know how good it would be if I could just sit here and fucking and then come up with something actually worth listening to? Ugh. Beautiful. Life could be a dream. I'm here. I grabbed my food and you are away, miss. Well, since we started later, nothing. I would say you missed nothing. By the way, is the audio all good? Because I still have the settings that I tweaked from when we were doing the creator spotlight. Recorded, nice addition to the soundboard then. When would you use Jake crying on the soundboard? Have you been drinking water? I took a sip. I can take another one. Here you go. Guagua. Fish. So-called free thinkers when someone says, you know what that means? True. There's a couple things that people will fucking tweak out on. If people start saying treat, literally everybody else is gonna start dogpiling on that in the fucking Discord. Wait, Mr. Streamer, how was your day? My day was fine. I had lunch with my mom and my brother. We went to a Mexican place nearby. It was pretty good. My tummy was a little upsetty afterwards because I had some jalapenos in my stuff, but I used to be able to take those, no issue. Nowadays, I get a little bit of a burn in my tummy later. My body is starting to become decrepit, unfortunately. I did show my mom fucking Fang's model, because I was like, hey, I'm gonna need some help at a certain point here with doing makeup, and I need you to help me with this. So the Fang cosplay takes one step further. Got an iron gut when it comes to spicy food. I used to have a pretty good gut for spicy food, but recently it's just been like a little burny in my tummy. I can still handle the spicy food, but I don't know. I myself have been punch drunk as well. Hey man, punch drunk's good. I don't blame anybody for that. Audio fine. Good. You know, my brain has been itching at me to do a darkest snoot fic, but then comes the issue of, is this just going to be another event of me typing up a page or two, a chapter or two, and then forget about it? I mean, just do like a little bit of like a... Let's see. Do like a proof of concept type deal where you get to, maybe where they get to the hamlet, and then they form the first party, and you can work it from there. And then if you feel like continuing it, then continue it. I'm in the middle of the Wani X Infamous, and it took a page out of the Punch Drunk with interlude chapter. Good so far. Yeah, that's I believe that's Flippopossum, right? One of the writers in the Discord. Fish treat. Hi, Mr. Trish. I don't even know why I have that fucking title. We can say, oh, I can also do the band, and then people will band out. You were prepping for this stream with the Mexican food. Mexican food got me like, ooh, tummy. Incinerated for that Trish comment. I've been desperately trying to peer pressure my BF into playing either Wani or Snoot game to no avail. You've got to try harder. Do the thing where like you strap them into a chair and keep their eyes open, and then make it so that they can waggle their finger to like click next on the text. La banda, the banda. Yep, see, look, band all over the place. There's a pizza place nearby that lets you do custom pizzas, and I found that a cheese pizza with jalapenos and Alfredo sauce in place of the tomato sauce absolutely slaps. Ooh. I would take a bite of that, but damn, that feels feels like my tummy would not be happy afterwards. That's not saying a ton though. My tummy would never be happy about anything ever. I've been saying all the dumbass quotes in the Discord in my everyday life. Yes, let the brain rot flow through you. Gotta absorb the Spanish Mexican energy for all the Spanglish. Yeah, you guys ready to hear me like butcher a language again? It's the most wonderful time of the week. The streamer is streaming and sucking at speaking again. I wonder what's going on in the actual VC right now, because there's a bunch of motherfuckers in community night. Havoc's playing fucking Rimbus Company. Looks like Jackpass is playing Fallout. Well, he was playing Fallout. I think he was playing Fallout England. And Sarge is playing like... Is that like Bloons Tower Defense Call of Duty Zombies? What the fucky wucky? I've been letting Snoot/Wani dictate my eating choices. How so? What about the band? Is that what you wanted, V8? As a Mexican, I find this very amusing. Dance for a streamer, boy, dance. You know, I always fluctuate between I'm just the monkey dancing for you and I'm the clown honking my horn. Those are my two moods, truly. I thank Jake for getting me to have a country fried steak the other day. 'Twas yummy. Ah, I see. Bloon 6 Black Ops Zombies mod. I see. Monkey madness. Just leave photos of Olivia plushies randomly around the house until she caves. Bro, I don't live in the house with my mom. I can like just send her like the daily Olivia plush or some shit like in a text, and then eventually she'll just be like, okay, fine. Them ceramic zombies be tough to pop. Yeah, well that's the ceramics, baby. Anchovies and pepperoni, yum. I haven't had anchovies on pizza, but I have had pepperoni. I think most people have, and pepperoni is top tier. Sadly today I'll miss reading since you started late and I got my shift beginning in 40 minutes, so yeah, I'll be here. Read not. Sad face. It's okay, Lasher. You can always catch it on the way back. And on the way back, I mean like as the VOD. It'll be like the same as reading or hearing it live because I don't interact with the chat. Smash. You're slowly evolving into Jevil. Chaos, chaos. Walks over to Deltarune, looks at Deltarune. Jevil boss? Jevil boss time? Better than I remember. Then again, I was a kid when I had anchovies last. Yeah, tastes change over time. You know, there's something that's like bad, and then you're like, maybe I try that again, and you're like, oh, actually, this isn't terrible. Olivia plush, only monsters do what weirdos do with Olivia's or with plushies and toys. Yeah, the forbidden plushies with the funny hole. Anchovies on rice sounds like a monstrosity, but it's good. It's literally just salty fish rice. Salty fishy rice. I guess I could see that. At least I get my the yap while I eat my McMuffin. The food, the yap, the. I was gonna go with a B word, but I couldn't think of a word that I wanted. The baseness of it all. There we go. Can't wait to stay awake until 3 AM to not get my MH Wilds Lance preview. I still need to catch up on all the fucking Monster and shit that's dropped. I need to pick up Dino Nuggies tomorrow. Still gotta figure out if I'm gonna do Dino Nuggies or Humi Nuggies on fucking stream whenever I do the cooking stream. The Thane cooking stream, that is. Gunlance is eating well, I heard. Got to chapter 24, it's nerve-wracking. Oh, there's some more band. We got band this time. By the way, for next TTT night, we're to post the mod for requesting a player model. I want to submit a Sneasel model. Where the fuck have we been putting it? I think people have just been dropping it in like fucking server recommendations last I checked. Yeah. So just put it there for now. The food, the yap, the band. FYB. Make gingerbread men from ground chicken meat. Could work. I'm curious. Hold up a minute. I need to check something. Because now my brain is doing a big thonk. Where is it? Where is it? It's not here, is it? Not actually gonna find it, am I? It's in here. No. Where the fuck did I put it? You know, I could have swore I had it around here somewhere. Oh, was it here? Oh, hold up a second. Come back here, you little fucker. I saw you. You can't run from me now. Okay, so this is this. Was this what I'm looking for? Hold up. Double clicks. Ah! Ah! It's so McFrickin' loud. I have stopped it on your end, so you are not obliterated. Okay. It should be quieter now. I had to navigate over it. Yeah, that's good now. That's good. That deafened me? Yeah. Well, I didn't expect it to be loud as fuck. Is this where I think it is? Shit. Equipment, do I have? Damn it, this is a Devil's Tail save. Fuck! That's not what I wanted. So this one doesn't have any of the saves that I want. Rough. Curse upon your houses. Look, at the very least, if I had to suffer, you guys suffered a little bit. Talking about making weird food creations reminds me someone on a VG thread for Deltarune made a meat spamton. Oh, not the meat spamton. Said their dad ate the rest of it without asking. They got the fucking little sponge going. Mr. Strimmer, can I have Stella, Rosa, and Mia poster rolls, please? Waddles over to the Discord. What the fuck did you want? Hold up. Stella, Rosa, Mia. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know why you'd willingly brand yourself with that. Filthy creature. La criatura. You okay, streamer? Yeah, I'm fine now. Deltarune jump scare grug moment. Did you ever play Undertale Yellow? No, I would like to though. Energy levels are actually bipolar right now. Yeah. Is that so? Fluctuating between. Let's fucking go in! Stream Cyberpunk, but with the Wani Snoot character mods when they all come out. I fucking could. Technicality. Super tied to extremely hyper. I'm on that fucking mellow grind set right now, if I'm completely honest. Okay, let's try this one. Wait, hold up. Mutes the audio. That way, if it is super fucking loud, it doesn't kill everybody. Oh. Okay. It'll be kinda loud. Does this one have the saves that I want? I don't think it does. Wait, no, this one's... Oh. This is exactly where I want it. Okay, there we go. Oh wow, it already fucking popped up. Let's go. Guys, we're gonna fight Java real quick because it's in my fucking head and I really want to do it. Look, it's him! It's the Java. Model requested. I will take a look at it later. You should definitely play Undertale Yellow, it's so good. Yeah, I've heard it's really good. And I haven't seen anything on it, so I'd be going in completely blind. No, oh, we must know what happens to Anna and his new wife. Something terrible. A curse upon our houses, perhaps. Did you see the Deltarune newsletter from last month? Yeah. I've been keeping up to date on that shit. It's good to see they're making progress, but I want my chapters now. We're gonna beat the fuck out of Jevil. I gotta remember what the fuck is the way to do this. It's just smack and then use Rude Buster, I believe. Or Red Buster. What that meme of the dog with the demo man charge, right? That's me right now, 100%. Mr. Bossman heeds the demands of the voices. Correct. And this is how you can tell I'm not a fucking fighter in this game, because I can't hit those perfects. I also... What the fuck? I'm already eating absolute ass. Holy shit. This is bad. She's a revivement. Yeah, that works. I'm rusty as fuck, bro. Oh, you gotta mash, right? I think I've went on record saying that I kind of like fucking Spamton's cool and all, but I think I like Jevil more. I mean, he establishes the freedom leitmotif as well, so and I like the fuck out of it. You know, probably closer to like whenever the next chapters come out, I'll be doing like a stream where we just go through and play chapters 1 and 2. That way anybody who doesn't know does know then, you know? I'll get like some people to like hop in and we can just do like fucking voices for all the characters. Here we go. I don't know why this one, like, trips me up. Something about the way the layout is there just fucks with my brain. Funny thing about this, took me 5 tries for Java when I first played, but took 1 blind playthrough of Spamton. I don't remember how everything shook out for me on my firsts for these. I think Spamton took me longer though. Oh right, the red Devil's Knife.
The hell, I went to the bathroom and came back and now it's Deltarune?
Yeah. This stream is a chaos, you see. A little mischief. See, and I'm pretty sure I have a save where I'm like right at Spamton as well. Bye-bye. Stupid ass, fucking ass, dumb ass, fucking... Yeah, Alright, let's see, can I go back to... Return to title. If I do this and then... Let's see... Chapter select. Do I have... a Spamton one?
I love this silly little clown, man. Yeah.
Jevil, if you can do anything, can you file my taxes? You see, Jevil does not file taxes. I think both of these are at the end of a run. And I think this is like right before Snowgrave? Yeah, this would be right before Snowgrave, so that's not nothing. Turn to title. Addertail also released this week. Oh, were they making like a fucking... They doing like a whole ass mod for that? I remember back in the day when they were doing some shit relating to that. Yeah, so this is the end of a run. Righto. Alright, no Jevil. Sorry, guys. Turn the title. Okay. Actually, I can just Alt F4. It'll be good. Bamskis. Alright. Back to Snoot OST. So yeah, we don't have a Shiro roll yet, but you can get... You can get your Stella. Add roll. Stella. Bam. Branded. Branded with a fucking hot iron. Full fan game. Shadow dropped, I think. Okay. That's neat. I remember back in the day, the Undertale days, when I was looking at like some of like the fucking the AUs, right? Yeah, not very big shot of you. Let me check the. Hold up. I think this might. Does it have different save data? There may be different save data on Steam side. Let me mute this. Yep, I fucking just parried that shit out of the sky. There we go. Alright, let's check. Is there different save data here? I remember the Undertale glow stick era. Never again. Why would you bring that cursed... Those cursed thoughts back to the forefront of my mind? Yeah, no different save data. Unfortunate. No Spamutong. You guys will have to wait until we do a fucking dedicated Deltarune stream for that. Cannot be big shots tonight. Ooh, we've been going 40 minutes now. Hold up a sec. Yeah, we've been going for the yap for 40 minutes now. I could do more, or we could just get into the fucking reading side of stream. Maybe we do. Are you a Chris is the Night Believer? No. No. I think the Knight's a different entity. I think that there's some fuck shit going on with Chris, but I don't think that they are necessarily the Knight. I'd like to believe that there's something else, and this is just like a happenstance that the things that are going on with Chris are happening at the same time as the Knight. Though, if it was that Chris was the Knight, it's not exactly like unbelievable or anything. I mean, it kind of sets it up that way. Woe upon you, the mark of the Stegatos. Depending on who you ask, that mark either does or does not stink. No Spantong. I'm just wondering what's going on with Gaster. We don't talk about Gaster over here. That motherfucker, that blob needs to go sit in the corner and think about what he's done. Or in, you know, the core. Mr. Streamer, ever played the Infamous series? No. I have not played. Unfortunately. Alright, you know what? Let's go ahead and get to like the fucking reading section, shall we? It's gonna be a shorter stream tonight. What with me being tired and having slept past the usual start time for the streams. And the fact that we're only doing one chapter tonight. So we'll make this a nice little package, you know? And then, like I said, maybe later in the week I'll give you guys another chapter I've done in the chamber. Or we'll just call it one chapter this week and then, you know, is what it is. Because we are going to be getting close to the end of Punch Drunk. Or, quote unquote, the end of what is currently out. Which means we will be doing None in the Chamber full bore after. Probably gonna be like Ratman scenario, like in Portal 2 with him. I.e. never resolved. I would not be surprised. Alright, display capture. Oh, hold up a second. I just realized. I need to go grab Defangy. Hold up. Desktop Fang, where you at? Sort by letters. D. Desktop Fang. Yoink. Desktop Fang. Alright. That should load in just a second here. Shortest yap to date. Nuh-uh. This one was almost 45 minutes. That's like... That's an okay one. There we go. Tucker in the corner there. in and out, quick 15-minute stream venture. An hour and a half later, me being drained. I look like I'm fucking dehydrated. How's your day been? For the most part, it's been okay. There's some stuff with work that it just, I don't know, like really happened, but you know, is what it is. So waiting for Desktop Fang to be behind some stock photo jail bars. There we go. Small theory that's being in the back of my head is what if the vessel we made at the beginning of Deltarune is the vessel for the blob man himself? Yeah, he's like, here, take this. Or he says, here, create this. And he's like, okay, cool. Mine now. Bye.
What if gas was the night?
Violent typing. Free my girl, she didn't do nothing. She put people in the ground. What are you talking about? Free her. No. Forever contained. Fallen angel accurate Desktop Fang. Put that bitch in a orange jumpsuit now. Perfect. Now we're fully immersed. Correction, she put meteor dodgers in the ground. I mean, true. Okay, fellows. Fellow people. Uh-oh. I forget that I... Hold up a sec. Let me move this over here. Ugh. See, there wasn't any filth on the screen that time. Now nobody can attack me for it. Smiles. It was just me, like, in a fucking one of the voice chats, because that's how I was giving fucking rolls. Naomi deserves it. Wrong. All crimes forgiven for shooting a para. Jesus, some of you are crazy. Now, where is the straight jacket Schizo-chan? Still in the psych ward. We left her there, remember? We're never coming back. Havoc playing Limbus Company. Disables my screen for a second. Goes over to Steam. Do not disturb. Leave me alone. Pulls the screen back up. Hi. Kidding, bro. Naomi deserved a slap, not a bullet. That's what I'm saying, man. Y'all being crazy. Alright. Crack my neck. Try and crack my knuckles, but they're already cracked. Can't crack them again. Let's go ahead and get into the fix for tonight, shall we? Your little nun in the chamber fix, your fucking snoot wife fix. That you all want, that you all pester me for, that you all tug on my arm for. You say, Mr. Streamer, give us a chapter. And I say, fine. Fine, you can have a chapter as a treat. Here we go. So, like I said, at the end of... Oh, actually, I didn't say anything about it. I was looking at Punch Drunk when I was talking about what we previously read. For this one, at the end, we had... Let's scroll to the bottom. That should help us kind of remember. I think we were planning... We were at Rose's birthday, which was also happenstance the time that we're going to be going to visit Fang in prison with new mom. Marisa, our new mom, our cool mom, our better mom even. Somebody said that edit Schizo over that pic of Peter Griffin in a straitjacket in a padded room. Treat. Well, now that that's been put into the world, I'm sure somebody will. Can't crack your already cracked knuckles. Shrimply burp. Like that. I can burp on command. That one's easy. Mom, chew, bad your mom. Exactly. So yeah, that's where we're at. Fangus Preggers. That's not great for us. It's kind of not good at all. But it looks like instead of going into the military, we're probably going to just be part of the family here, and we're gonna work with that hopefully. Not going to war, boys. Not dying for our country. Let's go. Better than lesser biomother. Exactly. Biomother sounds like, I know it's just biological mother, but calling it a biomother sounds like a fucking Resident Evil thing. Biomother. File 2. Biomother isn't even a mother. True, she just kind of fucking sat to the side and stared off into the distance. Pregnant bottom text. TFW, no loving dino mom, why live? Don't worry guys, when I write my fic, there will be a loving dino mom. I wonder how shredded none in the chamber and will be compared to the other canon endings. Oh, he's already fucking getting there. Farm work has been doing good for him. Okay, well, with a quick little summary here, we can go ahead and roll into chapter 20. So, get kicked back, get your little snackies, get your little guaguas, get whatever you need, get comfortable, because we're going to be here for about an hour 20 reading this. Alright? Alright. Chapter 20. Twists and turns. Aimlessly wandering on the road like Jack Kerouac. That's where I'll go looking for clues as to who I might be. Then out of the shadows, I see myself step into the light. And maybe it is you who I find, and I am mistaken. The dawn is bleak. Well, not bleak, as in foreboding or any of that shit. It's gray, cold, and windy. As I get out of bed and start putting on my clothes, it starts raining. The droplets drum against the roof and the window, while the wind intensifies to a screeching howl. I stop and look out the window. The grass bends in the wind. Rustling of leaves is almost deafening. Man, this is some horror movie shit. Reminds me of that one Salem Witch Trials movie, The Crucible. I should shake that thought off. What the hell am I thinking? Witches aren't real. And besides, they pale in comparison to the real world. I leave my room, eat breakfast, and throw myself into the whirlwind of work. Farm work, help with setting up the tents for the party. If there is something to be done, I'm there and I lend a hand. Moises is helping as well, and he does not appreciate my company. He's giving me the same suspicious looks as he did every single day for the past week. And in addition to that, today he's giving me one hell of a cold shoulder. Even Philippe calls him out on that, about which Moises seems not to give a shit. The morning passes without any major hiccups, if you ignore Moises' incessant behavior. About 2 hours before noon, Marisa takes me to the side and tells me to get ready for the visit. I go to my room and stand before the open closet for a long moment. I'm looking at the row of identical shirts. There are some outliers amongst them, which I bought myself at the mall. I think of the upcoming visit. I know I should be happy, but there's this foreboding feeling in the back of my head. An inkling that something really awful is bound to happen today. I don't know where it came from, and despite my efforts to squash it down and quiet it down, it keeps lingering like a stench. I can't do anything about it now. It persists despite me taking brain pills after breakfast, so it can't be a byproduct of my condition. I'm gonna have to ignore it for now. I put on my usual clothes. Green shirt, blue pants, and go downstairs. Along the way, I pass by Rosa, who's mustering her cousins like a drill sergeant. She nods at me as I pass by her, but doesn't acknowledge me in any other way. I go outside. To my left, at the far, far end of the yard, basically out in the open range, there's a whole camp built of pavilions surrounding a large, makeshift dance floor. Me and two of Simone's brothers, Julio, the oldest, and Serafin, the second oldest, spent the entirety of yesterday's afternoon setting it up. It was hard work, but it was certainly worth it. I stopped for a moment to admire our craftsmanship. At its corners sit 4 tall poles. A dense mesh is draped over it, weighted down with minuscule light bulbs. There's already a whole bunch of dinos milling about it, mostly Rose's aunts and cousins. They're setting up tables.
Anon, come on.
Marisa calls out to me. I turn away from the preparations and towards her. She's standing by her minivan with her hands on her hips, a glint of impatience in her eyes. Behind her, along the fence separating the yard from the road leading up to the gate, stand cars, parked there yesterday. Mostly minivans and trucks, but there is a full-size sedan or two. All of them are of respectable, expensive brands. You won't find a Shivaraki Cruise here, no sir. Despite the air of luxury produced by mere presence of such exquisite pieces of engineering, there's no sign of the obnoxious decadence I felt in the parking lot of the rehab center on the day I visited Reed. Those people earned their wealth through hard work. Sure, their dad gave them a bit of a head start, but from how humble they all are, judging from the short time I spent with them so far, their success is mostly of their own making. I walk up to Marisa and get into the car. I strap myself in, and soon, we're off. I'm nervous, almost as nervous as it was last night. I fidget, squeeze my knees, drum them on my thighs, look around, tug on my collar. Simply put, I'm one big bundle of anxiety right now.
Is something wrong here?
Nothing. I shake my head. Just a bit nervous, you know? I chuckle.
More than that, it seems.
She mutters.
Do you want to talk about it?
I'm just worried about how Lucy will react to seeing you. That's all.
It'll be fine, mijo. Don't worry.
She squeezes my shoulder with a soft smile. I hope. We arrive at the prison about an hour later. There, the procedures takes about an hour and a half, and then we enter the familiar concrete corridor. I have to force my legs to work, and to clench my fists to keep my hands from shaking. A mixture of feelings, both happiness at getting to see Lucy again, and the anxiety of how she'll react to seeing a stranger with me, swell in my chest, kicking up a storm that, if I'm to be honest, is pretty fucking hard to keep under control. But I manage, mostly. Can't do shit about the paleness of my face or nervous glances I throw around. I like trip over my own feet once or twice. Marisa notices. She puts her hand on my shoulder and pats it, giving me a warm, encouraging smile. It's like a balm on the sore spot. The tension, the worst of it, at least, leaves me and I deflate slightly with a deep sigh. Go in. The guard opens the door. Yep. Same shitty concrete room, same security cameras, same crappy furniture. We sit down. Marisa with her hands on her skirts, with me with my elbows on the table and my hands gripping my face. I sigh and swallow with some difficulty, feeling a tight knot forming in my stomach. Then I let my hands drop, look around, and after a nervous chuckle, I drum on the table and lean against the backrest of the chair. The door before us opens with the buzzing of an electromagnetic lock being released. The guard comes in first. It's not Amanda, but some tough-looking middle-aged raptor lady, tall and broad-shouldered. She graces us with a glance, then looks over her shoulder.
Come on, Aaron, keep up. Don't keep your guest waiting.
Her voice is raspy, probably from the years of shouting at inmates and subordinates. She steps inside and lets Lucy in. My sweet, sweet girl stops mid-step, her eyes widening at the sight of Marisa. She looks at the raptor, who frowns and points at the vacant chair. Lucy looks back at us, looks at me, and then at Marisa, frowning but not scowling or hissing. She slowly approaches the table, and after a moment of giving Marisa the stink eye, she slowly sits down. She then turns to me, and ignoring Marisa completely, smiles and takes my hand.
Missed you, dweeb. She sighs, her smile faltering. So fucking much. She wipes her eyes with the palm of her other hand, trembling. I missed you too, sweet tooth. I smile and caress her snout. How are you holding up? She gives a bleak chuckle and steals a quick, almost panicked look at Marisa before answering, her tone cold, but voice trembling slightly. Well, it's a fucking prison, she grimaces. Good thing Dad managed to get me in here instead of jail. She shivers. It's much worse in jail, believe me, I'd know. She grimaces again, her eyes glinting with anger. One of the few good things that dickwad of a dad did for me. I nod and lean in, pressing my forehead against hers. She swallows and lets out a short, shaky sigh. Her tears flow freely now, dribbling slowly down her beak, dripping onto the table. She's trembling. Oh, Raptor Jesus, she's trembling so damn much. You know, I talked to my lawyer. She speaks up suddenly, raising her eyes at me but not moving. Apparently, I killed Sage's boyfriend. I freeze. A wave of cold, vacuum of space cold washes over me, giving me one hell of a shiver. She trembles, sensing my shock. That's one hell of a way to start a conversation. I try to ignore Marisa's stare, burning into me. Apparently. Anon, I don't remember anything after I killed Naomi, Lucy whispers, scared and confused. Some fucking mist came over me. I remember Scraps, pulling the trigger, screams, crying. She shuts her eyes, lets go of my hand, and presses her hands to her temples. She leans away from me and starts hyperventilating, muttering a chaotic string of broken words, which I can only discern one sentence. They're dead. They're dead. They're dead. They're dead. Her face is hidden by her hair, but still, I can see tears dangling from the tips of her beak for a couple moments more. A couple moments before, one by one, they drip down onto her pants. Her claws are slipping in and out, along to the rhythm of her panicked breathing. Samantha. She reminds me of Samantha. I put my hands on her shoulders. She tenses up, but stops muttering. Her breath slows down, and she's calm again. 8 people. Her eyes are glued to the table. I killed 8 people, Anon. Do you understand? She lowers her voice to a trembling whisper, on the brink of hearing. I'm a fucking monster, Anon. I spring to my feet. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the raptor stir, but I don't give a fucking shit. My girl needs me, and I will gladly take a nightstick to the neck if it means giving her some comfort. I crouch by the side of Lucy's chair. You are not a monster, Lucy. Don't say that. Don't think that. Don't even fucking consider that, because it's not true. I cradle her in my arms. You... She shivers. You really think so? I know it. I whisper in her ear. You are not a monster. You never were. You never will be. I hold her close for a while. Gradually, she calms down. Her breathing slows down. She takes her hands off her head and she stops crying, and at last, she lifts her head and looks at me. I wipe her tears away and, after her nod, get up and go back to my chair. On the way back, I give a brief look at the guard. She's not looking at us. Instead, she's staring at the wall before her with a neutral expression. She doesn't care what's going on unless it's violence of any kind. As I sit down, Lucy at last takes note of Marisa's presence. She looks at her with her eyes narrowed, her eyebrows arched, and a look of doubt and suspicion on her face. That eyeing of my new mother lasts but for a moment before she turns back to me. Who is that? Her tone matches her expression. It's cautious and tense. Weren't you supposed to come alone? I'm Marisa, Rosa's mom. Marisa answers for me. I asked Anon if I could come visit you with him. Why? Lucy scoffs. So you could look at the freak show I am? Marisa grimaces. I grab Lucy's hand. She sighs, lowers her head, glances at me, then at her, and mumbles out an apology. Marisa is one of my caretakers at the moment. I explained to her. I live at Rose's house now. Have been for the past month and a half. There's less suspicion on Lucy's face now. She relaxes a bit more. I see. She looks down at the table and taps it with her hand. So, how's life on the farm? Have you gotten your cowboy hat yet? She smirks at her own shitty joke. I can't help but smile along with her. Seeing her happy, or even amused enough to give in to even such a small, fleeting smirk, is a gift I cherish greatly. I squeeze her hand. She squeezes mine and looks me in the eyes, a small, unsure smile dancing on her lips. Looking at her face now, I only now notice a couple more scars, mostly concentrated around her beak. There's one near her eye, too. It's exhausting, but fun. I take care of animals and plants and all that shit. She rolls her eyes and snorts. Wow, don't overwhelm me with details now. She leans in and nudges me with her elbow. Come on, tell me more. She looks at Marisa. I hope he's being a good boy. Marisa looks at her with a soft smile. Upon seeing that smile, Lucy's expression shifts a little bit, from unsure to more confident and comfortable, her own smile widening. Yes, Anon is a great help to us on the farm and around the house. Mom nods and puts her hand on my shoulder. He's a hard-working, dutiful young man. You're very lucky to have him. Lucy gives her a slightly dubious look. She thinks Marisa is pulling her leg, which is more than understandable. I wasn't exactly a fucking paragon of a good boyfriend back when things were somewhat normal. But seeing how serious Marisa looks when saying all that, and how genuine her tone is, the dubiousness of her expression disappears. She nods and looks at me with newfound interest. So you've changed, huh? She murmurs. A bit. I put my hand on her nape and press her forehead against mine. I almost lost the greatest gift I've been given. Not gonna let that happen again. She shivers, but other than that, she stays still. I close my eyes and lower my voice. I'll work as hard as I have to. I will not leave you again, Sweet Tooth, no matter what will happen. You... She swallows. Her voice cracks. You goddamn dweeb. Her scales rustle as she wipes her eyes. I'm your dweeb, Sweet Tooth. I smirk and open my eyes. She's smiling. It's a sad smile, but there's hope in her eyes. I pull away and plant a kiss on her forehead. She shivers again and looks down. She then looks at Marisa. So, my mom, Yes, Marisa sighs and shakes her head. She was extremely agitated, but when Reed explained everything to her, she calmed down. Lucy smirks and nods. I can always count on that, Carfay head. Not a Carfay head anymore, Sweet Tooth. I explained to her. He went to rehab. He's clean. She starts. Really? That's great. She nods and smiles. He's going out with Rosa now, I add. Huh. I expected him to end up with Trish. Damn, not so fucking much. I shake my head and squeeze her hand. It's a long story. We'll talk about it some other time, alright? She gives me a stare, but nods and brightens up a little. Tell me more about your cowboy adventures then. And I tell her. about how I arrived at Rose's home, about her family, how nice and welcoming everyone is, about the homely atmosphere, about the hard but satisfying work, about the avocado trees and their leaves rustling in the wind, about the supply runs with Simone. When I mentioned meeting Spears at the restaurant those couple weeks ago, she perks up and tells me that he visited her last week. I never thought much about him back before everything, but now? She relaxes and smiles, a small, sad smile. He's a good man. I nod. Yes. I squeezed her hand. Yes, he is. I keep talking about farm life and all the minute, unimportant bullshit that's tied to that. Lucy's very interested in it, eagerly taking in my every single word. She's fascinated. At one point, she reaches out and squeezes my arm. She blushes slightly, feeling how much thicker it got. My, you've gotten stronger. She chuckles. Hard work. A lot of food and a lot of sleep does that to a guy. Our chit-chat continues. Marisa chimes in from time to time. I let her. She asks Lucy about herself. Small, unassuming questions. If I didn't know her intentions with this visit, I'd take them for small talk. It's anything but. Reading between the lines was never my strong suit. I'm a blundering idiot type. I proved it more than once, but in this case I don't need to do any reading of that sort. She asks Lucy about her home, what she likes to do, how she's doing, if she needs anything, and other such questions. Lucy doesn't seem to notice the inquisitive undertone and answers them one by one. I learned some new things about her, like that she has a plushie in her room, a shrimp, that she misses a lot. Marisa promises to see if she can get that in the prison for her, for which Lucy seems to be very grateful. Hey, dweeb. She looks over her shoulder at the raptor. The time's almost up. She sighs. Do you want to touch it? I frown and raise my eyebrows at the same time. My belly, you dingus. Oh, shit. Yes, fuck, I do. I scramble to my feet. With Marisa's inquisitive gaze boring into me, I go over to Fang's side of the table and kneel by her chair. She turns, grabs my hand, and places it on her belly. The bump is large, easily noticeable, even under how loose the prison clothes are. No wonder Samantha figured it out. Oh shit. I look up at Lucy. I can feel her move. She smiles, tears in her eyes. Even how messed up this child's conceiving may have been, I can't help but feel happy. I'm gonna be a father. I'm gonna be a dad. The thought rattled around in my head since Lucy broke the news to me, but until this moment, it was an ethereal, abstract concept. Fuck. I close my eyes, putting my forehead to Lucy's belly. We're gonna be parents, sweet tooth. I wonder what the guard thinks of all this. The thought is fleeting, though, quickly swept aside by the visions of me together with my daughter. But neither of those visions last, happy as they may be. Doubts creep into my mind, like a swarm of tiny black spiders, swarming those visions, dulling them, twisting them into something terrible. Our daughter, put up for adoption. Our daughter, ground up by the mill of bureaucracy. Our daughter bouncing between foster homes like a goddamn ping pong ball. What's wrong? I look up at Lucy. She's worried. Well, never mind. I reach up and pat the side of her snout. Family matters, sort of. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. She doesn't seem convinced, but I can't fucking tell her the truth. Not now, not in our brief moment of happiness and togetherness. She does not need to know what were the results of Samantha's intrusion. She does not need to know about Moises, Samantha's reaction to the truth, my own feeling of shame and all that. Okay. She reaches down and gently caresses my cheek. We need to think of a name. I smile and nod. Of course, a name. Fuck, I never even thought I'd be thinking of such things. We still have time before she's born. I get up and look at the guard. She's looking at us quite impatiently, but doesn't say a word. Seeing an opportunity to speak in this moment of silence, she steps forward and turns to Lucy. Aaron, time's up. Say goodbye to your lover boy and come. Doc wanted to check in on you. She gives me a curious look. Lucy gets up and clings to me. I almost expect her to put her wings around me, but no such luck this time. Instead, she opts for a really tight hug, puts her snout on my shoulder. I love you, she whispers. I love you too, sweet tooth. I kiss her on the cheek. Call me as soon as you can, okay? She sighs and nods. Aaron, time's up. You know how this overseer gets when you run behind schedule. I want to put you in solitary, girl. Okay, just give me a moment. The guard gives a very loud, very ostentatious, and very long snort. You have 2 minutes, then we have to get moving. Lucy nods, not letting go. Thanks, Miranda. Yeah. I have a man too, girl. I know the pain of separation. Lucy lets go of me and turns to Marisa, who had already left her seat. She walks over to her, and to the Octopus's surprise, she gives her a quick hug. Take good care of him, you hear? Lucy's whisper is very loud in the silence. I will, Lucy. Marisa puts her arms around my sweet girl and pats her back. I will. You can be sure of that. She glances at me over Lucy's shoulder. Lucy, I have a question. Be quick. Can I visit you on my own? Lucy pulls away from Marisa and gives her a prolonged look. I can't see her face, but her posture alone, legs slightly apart, fist half curled, standing up straight, tells me that she's both surprised and suspicious of Marisa's intentions. Why? I want to get to know you better. Why? Because you're obviously very important to Anon, and since me and my husband are its caretakers, you become important to us. Lucy says nothing for a brief moment. Then she relaxes. Her hands unfurl, her wings fold, her tail stops twitching. Okay, but only if you get my shrimp. Marisa smiles and nods. Consider it done. Aaron? Miranda sounds quite impatient and nervous. Come! Need to get moving. Alright. Lucy turns away from us and heads for the door. She looks over her shoulder at me and gives me a sad smile. I love you, Dweeb. I love you too, sweet tooth. The door shuts behind them. We leave the visitation room, and after a quarter of an hour, we're outside. Maurice is pensive as we walk to the car. I myself am deep in thought. On one hand, the visit didn't go nearly as bad as I feared. On the other, I don't know what Mom thinks of Lucy. And then there's the question of custody over my daughter. They sure as hell won't let Lucy keep her, not in prison. And me, as a crazy person by the state's definition, won't be allowed to take care of her either. Poor girl. Mom's sigh rips me out of my muse with such volatile violence that I miss a step and stumble on a broken patch of asphalt. I regain my balance before kissing the ground and, with nimbleness that surprises her, turn at the same time. What did you say, Mom? I said poor girl, Hio. She shakes her head. She went through a lot. I frown. How do you know that? You didn't ask her any questions about what happened before everything fucked itself. She swats my arm, making me wince and jump. She frowns at me and wags her finger in warning. Cuídate lengua, jovencito, she grumbles. Don't be vulgar. Her frown lessens. About how I know? Well, let's call it motherly intuition. She smirks. Lovely. Vague bullshit. Ow! Anon! There's a note of threat in her voice. Sorry, Mom. Something tells me that there will be many more such lessons of etiquette coming in the near future. It's not some vague book. She cuts herself off and frowns at me when I smirk. You can guess a lot from someone. A lot from how someone speaks and acts. From their tone of voice and their face. It comes with experience, Anon. With experience? We reach the car. She unlocks it and we get in. Hijo, I raised 5 boys and 2 girls. She starts the engine. You'll learn some little skills too, with time. She backs out of her parking spot. We drive in silence for a short time. When we arrive downtown, she speaks up. You still need a present for your sister. She glances at me. And I know just the place where you can get it. At a flower shop? Close. A mall. Oh. We go to the mall. There, Marisa takes me to a pretty fucking fancy looking clothes store where she picks out a dress. Ankle long, richly embroidered with plant motifs. Gold on black looks great, in my humble opinion. $350? I almost exclaim when we go to the cashier. I'll pay for it, don't worry, Marisa tells me. Rosa can't read while wearing something cheap. She pays in cash. We then take the dress to be packed up. I pick a deep red box and a pink ribbon to match. Well, calm on the outside. Inside, I'm calculating how long it'll take me to pay this off. $350 is no small sum. I must look like that guy from that one scene in The Hangover, because Marisa stops on our way to the next store and turns to me. What's with that look, Anon? I was just thinking what else we could get Rosa. I lie. That's all. She narrows her eyes with a suspicious glint in her eye. She obviously doesn't believe me, but she doesn't want to comment on my remark. Instead, she turns and leads me to the large florist, where she tells me to pick some saplings. I don't know shit about flowers, but I know a pretty plant when I see one. So I pick an oriental-looking one and a couple roses. Redundant, I know, but creativity was never my strong suit. Marisa approves of my choice, at least, so that's good. We leave the mall and get into the car, then drive back home. As we enter the road leading to the farmstead proper, I see that the fleet of cars crowding the lawn has grown significantly. No drop in quality either. The distant sounds of music, coming from the tent town in the back of the farmstead, echo faintly in the air. There's some kind of group dance happening there, to what sounds like country music. Huh. I expected to hear banda or cumbia music. Not country. Soy payaso de rodillo, Marisa sings in a soft voice, smiling to herself. As we get out of the car, we are approached by Julio, Simone's oldest brother, a burly Acleops in his late 50s. His scales are a deep reddish brown, and his hair is streaked with gray. Marisa, por fin apareciste. His voice is deep, rich. Good to see you, Anon. ¿Cómo estás, Señor Julio? I reply. He's taken by surprise by my unexpected proficiency in his mother tongue, but the surprise quickly turns into a smirk. He nods in approval. Estoy bien, ¿y tú? I take the presents out of the trunk. I'm good, thank you. He snorts. I leave him with Marisa to put the present on an already large pile under one of the pavilions, then plunge into the party in search of Moises. As I walk through the party grounds, looking around for him, I feel stare of some of Rose's many cousins. Oh God, did Moises talk to them? Did they think that what me and Lucy did was... For a moment, the nasty visions of how the events can turn today resurface and stand clear before my eyes, like a movie film overlaid atop another film. Blood rushes to my head, its hum growing louder and louder. God, my fucking God, they know. Moises told them. Look how they're fucking staring at me, how fucking cautious they are. I'm done. I'm finished. I'll become a pariah, not only to Rose's family, but to Volcadere at large. I find a vacant chair, bend over, pass my hand over pass my hand down my face and take a deep breath, trying to calm down my beating heart. Fuck, shit, god damn it. Done. I have to go. I'm a dead man. Hey, dude, where the hell have you been? Reed's voice brings the panic train of my thought to a halt. I look at him. He looks at me. We stare at one another for a moment before I get up and grab his arms. Rose's cousins, they know. What? He turns a shade paler, then looks around. A few of Rose's cousins are milling about. He blinks and relaxes, color returning to his face. Dude, what? They're just curious. They never saw a human before. I look where he's looking. Oh, shit. He's right. They just look curious. Especially the younger ones. There's no malice or even suspicion on their faces, nor are they pointing at me. When I raise a hand in a wave, they don't scowl or try to move away from me. No, some return the gestures with nods, some with waves of their own. The youngest ones just stare at me, wide-eyed and wondrous. Shit. You're right. I guess my evil brain was having a retard moment. I chuckle, very relief. ¿Qué pasa? I call out to a few curious cousins left. They don't answer, but their curiosity intensifies. They're talking between themselves, some of them giving me curious looks from time to time. Fuck. Just like on the day I visited Rosa for the first time. Deja vu indeed. Reed grins at the cousins and grabs my shoulder, then pulls me away. We maneuver around in the crowd, swerving between aunts, uncles, cousins, and other, more distant family members. Have you gotten Rosa any presents? Reed asks me. I got her a dress and a few flower saplings, I reply. There's no need to mention the prices of the items. Something tells me that despite its price, my gift will pale in comparison to what he cooked up. I find that I don't mind. He's much richer than me, and besides, he's her boyfriend. It's his duty to spoil her on her birthday. Nice. Pats my back. I got her some jewelry. Mom picked out the cutest necklace. You ever seen a pink diamond? A diamond, huh? I smirk. Good. I lower my voice. Only the best for my sister, huh? He smacks my back. I return the gesture, which actually makes him sway a little. Damn, bro. You really did get stronger. He grins. How big is that diamond? You'll see. He snickers, then he turns serious. So, are we looking for Moises or not? I shake my head. I want to say hi to Dad's siblings first, I explain. Pay respects and all that. Sophia can get scary when you forget about that. Oh, alright. Reed smirks. I saw them hanging about here somewhere. Instead of Simone's brothers, we find Stella, hanging out with Rosa and the whole ring of the latter's cousins. They're sitting around the tree on the other side of the yard. A ring of smaller pavilions sprung up around it during my absence, complete with benches and lavishly set tables. Rosa is sitting at the head of the leftmost table, on a chair that looks more like a miniature throne than an ordinary piece of garden furniture. The girls are talking, very loudly, in a mixture of English and Spanish, laughing and, overall, having a good time. Stella is left out of the conversation, but she doesn't seem to mind. Upon approaching the girls, I notice that the stego is giving a tarot reading to one of Rosa's cousins. The girl is no older than Anna, one of Rosa's younger sisters, and listens to what the pair oddball has to say with wide-open eyes and wonder on her face. Let's leave them alone for now, I mutter to Reed. He nods. We turn to leave, but before we can, we're noticed. Nanan, where are you going? I stop and look over my shoulder. Rosa's standing now with her hands on her hips and a mischievous smirk on her face. I look to Reed for support, but he's got none to give. He only moves aside and finger guns me with a nod and a smirk of his own. Good luck. The hell do you mean, good luck? I mutter at him before turning back to my dear sister. Well, She taps her foot on the ground, feigning impatience to the amusement of her cousins. Did you forget what day it is? Happy birthday? I look up at her. She rolls her eyes and casts a wide, sweeping look around her, encompassing all her cousins. Cuánto entusiasmo, she explains, stirring a wave of laughs, giggles, and snickers at my expense. My cheeks are burning red. Why the fuck am I so embarrassed? Be cool, don't make a scene. Not berating me for a change? How nice of you, Conscience. I clear my throat, straighten up, and with as wide a smile as I can muster with the thoughts of Moises linger in my head, I look at Rosa and come up to the table she's sitting at. I walk around it and approach her. She stands up. I put my hands on her shoulders and look her in the eyes. Rosa, I wish you a happy birthday. May your wishes come true and may your life be happy and fulfilling as it can be. I hug her gently. Happy birthday, Hermana, I mutter. She returns the hug. We separate. Say, have you seen any of your uncles around? I ask her. No, they're looking at Philippe's car. She points with her hand. I do wonder which is the biggest draw today, that car or me? She laughs, in which she quickly joined by the rest of the girls. I smirk, nod and thank her, then slip away with Reed. We do find Simone's brothers and some other adults crowding around Emily, with the proud owner himself standing right in the middle of the circle of the amazed onlookers. I give my respects to almost all of Simone's brothers before my own brother, Philippe, notices me and waves me over. There you are. I was wondering when you'd show up. Come over here, Anon. The spectators part, letting me pass. I feel their eyes on me. They're looking at me with surprise and polite disbelief. Some of them are muttering between themselves, nodding at me. I don't understand a word of what they're saying, but they're clearly surprised to see that I'm a human. Anon helped me a lot with this car. Philippe puts his shoulder around me and pulls me close to his side. You should have seen his face when he pulled out the rat. The men around us burst into a short fit of laughter. I bite my tongue. They don't have to know the second part of this story. How Philippe threw the rat at Marisa. Something tells me they wouldn't appreciate him doing that. Instead of embarrassing my brother, I just force an awkward smile on my face and look around. Between the men, I see Moises. He's standing there with a cup in his hand and anger in his eyes. He glares at me with a nasty scowl, spits, and walks away. Reed follows him. He raises his hand above the heads of the men in a thumbs up. At least that's taken care of. Moises won't escape us for long. I really need to talk to him before he gets some fucked up idea in his head. Like spreading false rumors about me amongst the family. This is a golden opportunity, and his opinion on me only worsened over the past week. I look around the men. I look around the men around me. They pay me no attention, Philippe being their only focus. Perfect. I can slip away unnoticed. Hey, Philippe, I need to talk to Moises. I mutter to him. He nods. Go? Pats my shoulder. I slip away. Finding Reed isn't difficult at all, given that he's a head taller than most of the people here. I barely avoid Philippe's attempt at pulling me into a dance, dodge a couple Acleops kids darting around like doped up cats, and finally reach my friend, who's confronting my adoptive brother in a quiet corner of the yard. Moises immediately notices my approach, turns from Reed to me, completely ignoring him. What the fuck do you want? He growls, crushing the cup in his hand. I manage not to give vent to my fear upon seeing his claws slipping out slightly, and approach him with a great deal of feigned confidence. I'm faking it so well that he takes a step back and gives a soft hiss, which makes a few heads turn. I want to talk to you. He narrows his eyes. I don't fucking talk to rapists, he growls. ¿Qué acabas de decir, Moises Lucien? One of the heads turned by Moises' confrontational attitude turns out to belong to Sophia. The din of the party masked her footsteps. I didn't hear her approach, nor did Reed, since her speaking up gives him such a violent start that he jumps and takes a quick step back to her out of her way. Moises' head swivels as if it's mounted on a gimbal. He turns a shade paler hearing his full name spoken so angrily and deflates, his confidence fleeting from him like air from a punctured balloon. Abuela, yo. She grabs him by the collar and, judging from the hiss he gives, pinches the small of his neck with her fingers, or her claws, at the same time. He freezes in her grasp, cringing, his head turned sideways away from her, a look of pure terror on his face.
Someone talked to you about this, and you still persist in throwing calumnies at Anon.
She doesn't shake him, nor does she strike him, but there's such an air of unrelenting authority and anger about her that even I feel a pang of fear. I freeze when she turns her head to me. The moment she lays her eyes on me, her anger melts away into soft compassion. We spend a moment looking at one another. She gives Moises a short, angry look, then looks back at me.
Anon, read, minute.
She nods at the house with her head. We follow her and Moises, on whom her grip shifts from his neck to his shoulder. The young Acleops is led away by many compassionate and amused looks, more the latter than the former, as well as laughs and jeers. We enter the house. Everyone, adults, adolescents, kids, stays out of Sophia's way. She could give a thundercloud a run for its money in terms of ferocity right now. We go upstairs and into the leftmost room. We enter. It's Sophia's room. It's spacious, well kept, and neat. There's a double bed under the window at the far end of the room, with a pair of bedside tables. On the left bedside table, there's a picture of a middle-aged Acleops man. Above the bed hangs a large crucifix made of dark wood. The space around it is filled with the imagery of raptured Jesus and the Virgin Mary. There's a flower pot of roses on the windowsill, and photos of Sophia's children, hanging on the wall opposite to the door.
See it.
She points Moises to the table, sitting under the photos.
Anon, read, wait here. I'll get Marisa.
She gives Moises one last scrutinizing look before leaving the room and shutting the door. We stand in an awkward silence for a moment. I look at Reed, he looks at me. I turn to the bed and approach it, then look down at the photo of the man. It's Rose's grandfather. It's an old photograph, taken shortly after the family photo in the living room. He's got a kind face and a happy, slightly melancholic look in his eyes. I wonder what kind of man he was. I'll have to ask Simone about it. The door clicks open. I turn and see Marisa and Sophia entering. Marisa gestures to me to come over. The three of us, me, Reed, and Marisa, approach Moises, who's sitting at the table with his head low and his eyes glued to the table. Sophia stays behind, her arms crossed on her chest. Marisa sits before Moises. He doesn't lift his head, even as I join the two at the table. Reed stands close behind me.
Moises, why are you saying such awful things about Anon? You know why, Mama,
he growls.
He didn't do anything wrong, Niño.
Marisa interrupts him.
He's not the one who's guilty in this situation.
Moises lifts his head and looks at her, frowning and glaring, not giving a shit if his grandmother is seeing him disrespecting his mother.
How do you know that?
He demands.
We went to visit that girl in prison today.
Marisa calmly replies. Moises' eyes widen. He's completely still for a moment, then turns his head to me. I just look back at him, the familiar feeling of shame already gripping me like a vice. He looks back at Marisa.
In prison? Yes, she's in prison.
Marisa nods.
What is she there for?
Marisa gives me a short glance, squeezes my hand. I give a bleak smile in return, then look at Moises. He's staring at her, his look expectant, almost demanding. She meets him stare for stare, her look calm, his look bothered.
Remember that school shooting which took place 4 months ago?
Marisa looks him in the eyes. He shifts in his seat. He knows what she's about to say, and from the look on his face, eyes opened wide, his mouth slightly ajar, a look of disbelief in his eyes. He doesn't want to hear it. At the same time, though, he's not stopping her, so I suppose it's like with a band-aid. Rip it off quickly and be done with it.
She did it.
Moises doesn't say anything, but that lasts only a moment. He tosses a suspicious scowl from under furrowed brows at me while his eyes gleam. He's got his confirmation.
And you still defend him?
I am not defending him, Marisa says. Moises opens his mouth.
There's nothing to defend him from.
He closes it. A pang of irritation. Oh, wait, no, that's what's been said.
There's nothing to defend him from.
He closes it. A pang of irritation hits me. I rest my chin in my hands, covering my mouth. That little shit. He doesn't know her. He doesn't know what she's been through. He doesn't fucking know how much those around her had failed her. Yes, I am guilty, just not in the ways he thinks. Then speak up. Defend yourself. What from? From a false accusation? If you'll just continue to be ponderous, he won't change his mind. I don't give a shit about what he thinks of me, Conscience. And you don't care about what your family's opinion is of you. Conscience sounds almost in disbelief. He's not my family. So, you only consider those nice to you as your family. Others can go to hell? Is that right? Knowing my own self's nagging, I turn to Moises. Will you listen to me? I ask. He ignores me at first, but then a crooked smirk spreads over his face.
I don't really have a choice, do I?
You can listen to him, or you cannot, Reed chimes in. I'd suggest doing the former. Moises shrugs. I guess so. He looks at me.
Well, I'm listening.
I tell him everything. About me, about Lucy, how we got together, and how our relationship went. Reed chimes in from time to time to add some detail I have forgotten or give a bit of his own perspective. Moises doesn't listen to me too attentively at first. He almost flat out ignores me when I begin, but as I continue my story, his interest grows. Very soon, he's taking in my every word carefully. He frowns and scowls when I describe the fuck-ups of mine and Lucy's father. He relaxes, and even smiles a tiny bit when I tell him of the happy moments. He clenches his fist and tenses up when he hears about the catastrophe that was the prom concert. When I get to the argument I had with Lucy the night after prom, he looks ready to punch me. I would let him, if not for Marisa and Sophia keeping an eye on us too. I do deserve an ass kicking. I hesitate to tell him about what I saw on that fatal Monday. I don't give him any details. There's no fucking need to sour his mood even more. One witness of that is enough. Spreading those memories won't do anyone any good. There are tears glinting in his eyes when I described to him what happened on the roof that day. He looks shook, his expression shifting between a myriad of emotions so quickly that I can't put my finger on any of them. He keeps clenching and unfurling his hands, his eyes wide open, his whole fucking body trembling as if he's on the verge of tears. You? He pauses, his voice cracking.
It was you who saved them?
Not them, her, I correct him. Yes, it was me. She's my girlfriend. I couldn't let her do it. He turns his head towards the wall, away from me, Marisa, Reed, and Sophia. The next strike against his fortress of willful ignorance and stubbornness comes from an unexpected angle. Unexpected for him, at least. Marisa starts talking. She speaks about what she heard about me from Samantha prior to Lucy's pregnancy becoming too obvious to miss. She tells him what she and Lucy talked about today, how she acted towards me, what she said about me. She also speaks of what Doc Violet had to say about me, which is surprisingly a lot. Moises clearly is listening, but he neither looks at us nor does he say anything. His breath is catching, his fists are clenched. Is he angry? Sad? Ashamed of being wrong? Maybe it's all three, maybe it's neither. I'm not a fucking psychologist.
Déjame en paz, necesito pensar.
Him speaking up is so sudden and unexpected that I twitch. Marisa looks at me and nods at the door with her head. I get up and leave with Reed. The tension escapes me within moments of him shutting the door. I breathe out deeply, lean against the wall, and close my eyes, fighting to not cry out. From behind the door, we hear muffled sounds of a conversation. I can't discern the voices. They're speaking too quietly. Come on. Reed pats my shoulder. Let's go back to the party. I don't feel like partying at the moment, I mutter, leaning against the wall with my hand shielding my eyes. Neither do I, but if we don't come back soon, Rose will come looking for us. I grimace, remembering the ring of cousins surrounding her. Some of them surely would come with her, and them finding us here in such grim moods would prompt questions. Questions I don't want. Alright. I push myself away from the wall. Grab your guitar, he instructs me. Why? We need an excuse for being away, he says. And you can play some tunes with Simone, he smirks. He's right. We need an excuse. And it would be nice to hear Simone singing that one song again. Alright, wait here. I go to my room, grab the guitar, and go downstairs with Reed. We go outside and, maneuvering between various members of Rose's extended family, make our way towards the town of pavilions. The music gets louder as we get closer, reaching its peak when we arrive. It's loud. Loud enough to be heard above the din of the party, which is not insignificant in and of itself. There's easily over 100 people at the party, most of them concentrated around here. I barely get to sit down as on one of the vacant seats and pour myself up some lemonade. The day is sunny and pretty damn hot for September, but when someone grabs my hand, a familiar voice booms in my ear, accompanied by a cheerful, contagious laugh. Anon! What? I turn my head to see Philippa. I don't get to see or do much else, as I'm yanked out of my seat with nearly enough strength to lift a semi, then pulled towards the dance floor. I look around for Reed, but he's nowhere to be seen, so I just surrender to my fate. I can't dance, Philippa. I try to protest as she steps onto the dance floor. Tonterías, she booms with laughter. It's a simple dance. Follow my lead. Okay. The music starts, and we start, and we dance, and dance, and dance. The dance floor, the pavilions, dancers all around me, they all melt together into a blurry streak, confusing whirlwind of voices, clatter of feet and music. In this whirlwind, my dance partner is the only constant, and even that is only temporary, as when the song finishes, I'm scooped up by another woman, then another. The only true constant, one I can discern amongst the din of the party around us, is a verse, one Marisa sang back in the car, coming back from time to time like a chorus of a song. Soy payaso de rodeo. People are clapping around the dance floor, singing along to the song, adding to the noise and confusion, but I find that I don't mind either of those. I also find that I'm losing myself in the dance, in the music, in the happy, cheerful, familiar atmosphere. For as long as the music plays, as long as the dance lasts, my troubles are tiny and insignificant. Finally, though, I need to rest. My feet hurt, my legs are heavy, and my throat is as dry as pepper. I politely refuse another dance and find my seat, grab my lemonade, and start gulping it down, watching the rest of the people dance their feet away. Qué de parte, eh? I turn my head. Reed's dad is sitting right next to me, resting his elbow on the table. For a moment, there's a thought. I want to ask him something about my daughter. He is a lawyer, is he not? I open my mouth, but then I stop myself. No, it's a happy day. I shouldn't bother him with my bullshit. Instead of asking him for law advice, I ask him about the necklace Reed mentioned. Oh, it's beautiful, he nods with a smile. Linda has great taste, you'll see. Yeah, at least tell me what it looks like. I'm telling you that you'll see, he laughs. Damn, Anon. You're as impatient as a mugger in the dark alley on a Friday night. I try not to cringe. This guy, I swear. My stomach rumbles. Oh yeah, I only ate breakfast in the morning. Hadn't put anything in my mouth today, save some salad. A damn good salad, but still won't last me a whole day. I turn from Scott towards the table. It's lavishly set, filled with all kinds of foodstuffs, the majority of which I do not recognize. That hadn't stopped me from stuffing my face before, though, so I just loaded my plate with what looks tasty and shot out on my meal. Turns out that there is some meat amongst all that greenery. Some of the people here are carnivores, so it would make sense. More culinary delights for me. Fuck yeah. I engorge on the pile of food, hungry like a pack of wolves, and almost equally as messy. I cast a glance behind me, at the dance floor. Amongst the swirling pairs, I notice Philippe. He's dancing with a beautiful 20-something stego girl. Her scales are of a deep yellow hue, while her hair is a shade darker. She has big, citrine eyes, and a smile that makes me feel fuzzy inside just by seeing it. That must be Emily. Philippe, you lucky dog. Someone grabs my shoulder. I swallow what I have in my mouth, then look up. It's Reed. Hey, dude. This seat taken now. Thanks a lot. He sits down, breathing slowly. His hair's a mess, and he's sweaty as hell. I grin, wiping the sauce on my mouth with a paper napkin. What? Rosa tired you out? That girl, he points at her, dancing like no one's looking, is insatiable. He wipes his forehead with a labored but satisfied smirk, pours himself up some soda. We've been dancing for an hour and she's still not tired. Takes a long sip. I nudge him with my elbow. His gaze shifts from Rosa to me. A big, strong raptor such as yourself can't keep up? I give him a shit-eating grin. You should try dancing with her aunts. I did dance with them. They're just as bad as her. He chuckles and empties his glass. Rosa notices him looking at her and waves at him. Vamos, Reed! She calls out. Shit. He gets up slowly but is grinning. Don't go anywhere, dude. She'll be blowing the candle soon. I point at the pile of meaty goodness in front of me. He grins and gives me a thumbs up, then disappears into the crowd. I'm not left alone for long, as Stella appears out of the crowd and takes a seat right next to me. Someone's hungry. She puts her elbow on the table and her snout in her palm. How do you like the party, Anon? It's great, I say with my mouth full. She shakes her head, glaring at me with the cutest little angry look I've seen on anyone. I swallow and wash the food down with a glass of soda. Come on, don't be so grumpy. I put the cutlery down. She turns her head from me and towards the dance floor. I follow her gaze and see Reed, dancing to some high-energy banda song. Look at them go. They're like a blur when they spin around like that. I turn my head, noticing out of the corner of my eye that Stella's looking at me again. Can I give you a tarot reading? I frown. What? Here? Now? Right this instant? Why? She shrugs. I have my cards with me, and I'm curious about your future. She whips out a deck of cards. Those are not her old cards. A vision flashes before my eyes. The school corridor. A whole bunch of cards strewn across the floor, as if dropped by someone frantically running away. I blink. Vision's gone. My expression has changed a fuck ton over its duration, as Stella is now staring at me with worry, leaning towards me. It's nothing, I tell her. Don't worry. I take a sip of my drink. She doesn't look convinced. Her brows are still furrowed, and she's giving me one hell of a puppy eyes, but she doesn't follow up on it. So, that tarot reading then. I nod at the cards. Same as the previous times. She looks at the table, then back at me. She snorts. There's no space for me to set up cards for proper reading, so yeah. She smiles with a hint of sadness. Same as last time. She spreads the deck out in a fan and extends the deck towards me, face down. I reach out. She stops me with a soft snort, and I look at her. Pull 3 cards this time, she orders. Why? 1 for the past, 1 for the present, 1 for the future, she explains. It'll be a very simple reading. You can't tell much from singular cards, but it'll have to suffice for now. Damn, she's serious about this. Maybe her brush with death made her even more of a mystic. People cope in the weirdest ways. What? You gonna give me a detailed reading tomorrow? I smirk. Maybe, she smirks back. Now pick out a card. This one is of the past. I shrug, pull out a card and flip it. She looks at it and nods. Inverted Hermit. She takes it. She inspects the card with a thoughtful look. Well, I was a hermit back in rock bottom and here most of the time. I snort. So I guess it's accurate. I reach out for the next card. She swats my hand. Don't you want to know the meaning? I look at the card and shrug. It's not that fucking hard to guess. I've been a loser, a lonely loser, cutting myself off from others. La-di-da, big fucking revelation. I look at her. Can I take the next card? She rolls her eyes, but puts the card down and sticks out her hand. I pull out the next card. Inverted Judgment. She takes it from me and looks at it. It means self-loathing, lack of self-awareness and doubt. You've been beating yourself up over something, and you can't come to terms with it. She looks at me. Before you can scoff at me, let me finish. You must move on from what happened and stop hating yourself for it. It's in the past now, and nothing can change that. I hold back a snort. Wow, that is really fucking convenient to have two cards representing exactly what happened and what is happening to me right now. It's almost as if she set it up that way. You don't look convinced. She lowers the cards. Of course I'm not. I narrow my eyes. Did you set this up? She frowns and glares at me, anger glinting in her eyes. Of course I did not. Oh, how you feel about Lucy. Doesn't matter how I feel about her. She interrupts me. It's not about her, it's about you. She points at me. Let's start over. She grabs both cards off the table and shuffles the deck. Once, twice, thrice, keeping her eyes glued to me. After she's done, she presents it to me in the same way as before. Pull out a card for the past. I do as she says. I turn it. It's the same card as before. The Hermit. What the fuck? I mutter, eyes open wide. No. No. I give it back to her. Again. She takes it and shuffles the deck. I pull out the card. The Hermit again. What the hell? I stare at it. See? She looks at me. I'm not pulling anything on you. Pull out the card of the present. I do as she tells me, dumbfounded when I pull out the inverted strength card. I stare at it with my eyes open so wide that it's a goddamn fucking miracle that they don't pop out of my head and roll on the table. Okay. I look at her, then at the deck. My hand trembles when I grab a card. I pull it out slowly, carefully, hesitantly. Time to face the Reaper. I turn it. Stella gasps and almost drops the cards. The Tower. She stares at it with eyes wide open and her pupils shrunk into thin lines. Oh God. I'm so sorry, Anon. What? I look at the card. It shows a medieval castle tower smitten by a thunderbolt. What the hell does it mean? Is it good? Is it bad? Tell me. Disaster, upheaval, somewhere in your future. She takes a card from me and inspects it carefully. Wait a moment. She pulls at the card. Another one was stuck under it. A sun, upside down. Stella's mortified. I stare at her, confused, my heart slamming in my chest. What the hell is this? I look at the card. Inverted sun. She looks at me. Depression, sadness, negativity. She looks at the two cards. There's a disaster waiting for you in the future, one that will end up bringing you and those around you great sadness. My thoughts turn immediately towards my daughter. Is that disaster tied to her? Is it tied to Lucy? Is it tied to me? Is it tied to all three of us? No. I stand up, pointing a shaky finger at her. No, this is bullshit. I don't believe you or your stupid-ass cards. Were my stupid-ass cards ever wrong? She looks at me calmly. This is a simple reading. You can't tell much from it. It's like looking at a distant galaxy through binoculars. She folds the deck and puts it in her pocket. I'll give you a full reading, so you may better know what awaits you and how to avoid the disaster. I clench my hand into a fist. She hates Lucy. She and Rosa want to tear me away from her. I will not fucking let them. They won't change my mind, neither will with words nor with some fucking ooga booga voodoo bullshit. I want to shout at her, tell her to go fuck herself, but I'm already making some heads turn. Calm the fuck down. It's Rosa's day. Her birthday. Don't ruin it by acting like an autistic retard. Don't make a fucking scene. I choke back the curse word. Fine. Later. Not now. Later. I turn away from her. Just as I'm about to disappear in the crowd, I'm stopped by Philippe handing me an envelope. Oh, hey, Anon. He smirks. Impeccable timing. Here's a letter for you. I hesitate. A letter? From who? Well, not from my folks, I'm sure. Maybe I won a lottery or some shit. I take it from him and examine the envelope, with Stella's gaze pricking me in the back. A seal in the corner of the envelope right next to the postage stamp grabs my attention. A tarot, like one of those in the old history books, looking more like a bird than anything, holding an olive branch and a bunch of arrows, looks ponderously to its left. The Department of Justice, Volcadera Bluffs District Court. Oh shit. I freeze. A wave of cold washes over me. Philippe looks at me, then at the letter. He frowns, seeing me turning a shade paler. What's wrong? I keep staring at the envelope. Don't ruin this day. You know what this letter means, but it's no reason to start tearing your hair out. If you ever had any. And despair like in some shitty melodrama. I take a deep breath and look Philippe in the eyes, putting on a forced smile. It's nothing important. I chuckle and put the letter in the inner pocket of my shirt. Cops caught me jaywalking. It's a ticket. He tilts his head to the side. And they would send it by mail? I'm a fast runner. I grin. Change the subject. Care to introduce me to your girlfriend? I lower my voice. Brother. He turns his head. His girlfriend is sitting by one of the tables, chatting it up with the rest of his family. She's having quite a good time. When he looks back at me, he's grinning. Sure, hermano. He punches me gently in the chest and weighs the letters. I'll put these in the kitchen. Don't go anywhere. Not planning to. I give him a thumbs up and sit back down. As soon as he's gone, I take the envelope and stare at it. Stella's leaning in, her eyes wide open, mouth slightly ajar. Yep, it means what you think it means. I give her a glance and rip open the envelope. I take the letter out and unfold it. The moment I see the words Civil Subpoena, I almost let out a groan. Almost. Conviction and not let my own drama ruin this day for my sister keeps me silent and still. I see out of the corner of my eye. Stella turns a shade paler, her eyes widening as her eyes slide across the lines of text. I myself keep reading those two words again and again and again. My heart jumps and starts racing, beating out a steady, fast-paced rhythm against my ribs, each beat nearly making my whole body twitch. My face is cold. I run my eyes along the lines of text, seeing but unable to comprehend. The text screams at me. You are ordered to appear as a witness at the place, time, and date shown in the box below. So, I whisper. So it begins, huh? I chuckle grimly and put the letter back into the envelope. Lucy Straw's been in the back of my head ever since the day of the shooting. It was never something tangible, just some abstract concept. An event that's so distant from here and now that it may not even be considered. And now there's a date. The day of the beginning and the end for my sweet, sweet girl's old life. I was hoping, very naively, that it won't take place until the beginning of next year. Maybe after our daughter's born. Me and Lucy still had a fuck ton of time to spend together before the worst comes to pass. October 1st, I murmur. Thursday. I grimace. Monday would have been more fitting. Why are you so calm? I look at Stella. Why am I so calm? It's easy. It's bound to happen eventually. There was no way Lucy would be let off scot-free. She'd have to face the music sooner or later, and now, that the concert of justice has a concrete date, the weight will be a bit more bearable. I tell her this. She looks at me funny, but doesn't say a word. She only puts her hand on mine and squeezes, looking me in the eyes with a mixture of worry and sadness. I smile. The tower has been struck, huh? I chuckle. Okay.
Oh, Anon, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm yanked out of my seat and pulled into a spine-crushing hug by an orange blur, peppering me with a mixture of English and Spanish, as well as many snout boops. I squirm in her grasp, desperately trying to get out of it, but she doesn't budge. She keeps squeezing me, laughing and thanking me. I look at her. She's wearing the dress I picked out with Marisa. I have to say, it looks absolutely fucking stunning on her. I guess she just couldn't wait to wow her BF with it. Rosa, I can't breathe. Her only response is lifting me off the ground and swaying from side to side, to the accompaniment of laughter of hers and her relatives, pointing and staring at us. Finally, she sets me down.
This dress is beautiful, Anon.
She swirls in place.
Where's Reed? I need to show him myself.
Reed's with your dad. They're setting up the stage. Stella tells her,
Your dad wants you to sing a song, remember? No, you're right.
Rosa smiles, turning up her snout with her hands together.
Venga, vamos.
She pulls Stella out of the seat, grabs my hand, and pulls us towards the makeshift scene, standing in the back of the tent town. I remember to take my guitar with me. Who knows, maybe this concert will be a duo. As we push through the crowd of relatives, I smirk to myself. So, that foreboding feeling was right. The drama came from a completely different direction than I expected, but the inkling was correct. Hey, Stella. I murder the stego as we arrive on the stage. She looks at me. This tarot reading. I hesitate. Fuck it. That tower card. Is it tied to me, to Lucy, to our child? She looks me in the eyes. Rosa leaves us for a moment, going right up to the stage to talk to Simone. Stella glances at her before turning back to me.
As much as I don't like it, the fates of you and Fang are intertwined somehow.
She scratches her snout.
This may affect the reading, changing it in unexpected ways.
She looks back at Rosa. I do the same. She's joking with Reed, who looks mighty impressed by her dress. He's blushing slightly, with that dreamy expression he always has when he thinks of her. She, meanwhile, is looking up at him, standing slightly sideways to me. She's smiling widely, her eyes are gleaming.
As I said, I'll give you a proper reading later.
I turn back to Stella, who's staring at me ponderously, rubbing the underside of her snout with her palm.
It seems that it will be necessary.
She sighs. What? There's some fucking voodoo ooga booga interference or something. She turns up her snout, crossing her arms with an angry snort. The tip of her tail swishes behind her. She calms down after a moment and looks at me.
Don't take this lightly, she says. You've seen how the reading turned out.
I hold back a scoff and turn towards the stage. Whatever. I'll think about it.
Please do, Anon.
She puts her hand on my shoulder.
I want to help you.
She lets go of me.
In any way I can.
I grimace. Fuck, what the hell am I doing? Being a cunt face to her? She's only trying to help. And, hell, knowing my future could be really useful. Thank you, Stella. I look at her. We'll see about this. Hey, Anon! My head snaps back towards the stage. Simone is waving me over. There's a vacant chair next to him. Before I can say a word, Stella gives me a shove. I stumble forward, look back at her. What the hell, Stella? Seeing her smile and nod stops my ire. I grin back at her. Fine. Have it your way, you pair oddball. I climb to the stage, to the applause of those present, and take a seat next to Simone. He nods at me, then turns back to the audience. He says a couple words in Spanish, a joke, I presume, since it causes a loud burst of laughter. He then turns to me. Would you play that song you sometimes play in your room, Anon? He asks me. He wants me to play Monochromatic Brilliance. No, I can't do that. It's my song. It's Lucy's song. It's not meant for anyone but my friends and... My eyes land on Rosa and Reed. They're looking at me with a plea in their eyes. They want to hear the song. Maybe they want to dance to it. Maybe they just want to listen to it. Reed stands behind her, his arms around her sides. Behind them, Stella stands, looking at me with great solemnity. My gaze travels further to the back of the crowd. I see Moises, standing alone with his hands in his pockets. There's no more anger or suspicion on his face, only deep, deep thoughtfulness. Amongst the crowd, I also notice Marisa, smiling and nodding. I also see Philippe, Emily in his arms. My eyes turn back to my friends. All right. This one's for you three. And only for you three. I glance at Simone. Only if you sing El Brillo de sus ojos afterwards, senor. I smile. I love that song. The oldest members of the crowd murmur amongst themselves. It sounds like approval. Con mucho gusto, Anon. He nods. I nod back, then turn back towards the crowd and focus on my friends. This is a song I learned from someone extremely close to me. I give a sad smile. I called it Monochromatic Brilliance. Some light clapping, then silence. I take a deep breath, and with a wave of melancholy, sadness, fear, and hope swelling up in my chest, I strike the first note. And that is chapter 20. Yippee! Stupid Stego Star cards. Stegoros magic is real, and it forewarned us of incoming peril all of 5 seconds in advance. The fucking cards really did say, "Think fast, chuckle nuts!" Why I have a bad feeling about Stella? Yeah, she's trying to be a good friend to Anna, but the whole GF graping him has her being spiteful. Between this Stella and the one from Bad Apple, our Stego girl is going through it. Brapinga, what the fuck? Why would you say that? She's going to cast a voodoo curse on Anon's felon tarot GF, I just know it. She's going to cast the lost spell on Fang, guys. Amber is not gonna make it. So the Mexican food helped with the Spanish today stream more? I don't know, did it? You guys listen to me. Solid, yay. Fate is just like that, you know? Yeah. The Tower of Grey. He got that bug stand, though. Does that mean the plane's gonna crash? Uh-oh. I cast Baby Be Gone. Stella's just reading Anon's mail. Committing fucking crimes. At least we got a more positive chapter today. Yeah, I kind of had this nagging feeling just like Anon that something was gonna go wrong, but honestly, it turned out pretty fine. Heart of the cards. Man, I need to read ahead. I can't wait anymore. Fucking, you gotta do what you gotta do. If Amber didn't make it, Stego die. We're killing the fucking Stegoros if Amber doesn't make it. Heart of the mail fraud. I believe Amber will make it. No streamer, no loss. And I pulled the You Died card from Puppet Pals. Love that fucking card.
Do you, Stella, unread your tarot cards and uncard your tarots?
Wahoo. Like the last 5 times something bad happened mid-happy, right? Right? Jeez. You know, we posited forth the idea that Amber doesn't make it, right? Something happens and the baby die, right? But have we considered if Fang dies during the pregnancy and Amber is still born? Have we considered, perhaps? One life for another. It's nice it didn't go wrong at least once. Yeah, I'll take that. If Amber dies, Stella will never see it coming. Amber about to go through a life speed run. Amber appearing in heaven. Time! How quick was that? New world record? New world record? It's like I said in the message above, Stegoro's magic tells the future. That upside down Empress card, E1 level stuff. Dude, Stegoro's magic really is real. That's crazy. Who would have seen that coming? Certainly not me, Anon. Because I do not believe in Stegoro's magic. That stuff is fake. I mean, none in the chamber as a title could have multiple meanings. True.
What if we were thinking about it all wrong? What if we weren't talking about the gods anymore? What if we were talking about something else? Is a baby in the chamber right now? Is the baby none?
So wait, does this mean the kid with the get smoked hat from P5 is going to shoot Anon? Anon in his stand, 9 in the chamber. Anon clearly not firing blanks. Yeah, he was loaded up there. Are you winning, Amber? Twitching in the corner. Do I need to go grab like the fucking... Do I need to go grab the Snoot Berserk pick? Do I need to just like flash that up on screen real quick? Like a swatted fly. If something happens to either Fang or Amber, say goodbye to your figurines, green Stego. Not hurty to Stego. Stego didn't do it. Stego just flippy cardy. Not do anything bad. Uno reverse card on the Stego. What if like... Okay, let's say you're like legitimately getting like a fucking card reading, like a tarot reading, right? And you flip a card and there's a goddamn Uno card in there and the person doing the reading looks at you and says, I didn't put that in there. What the fuck? Like, do you start shitting your pants? None in the chamber. Anon only fires blanks and Fang cheated. Just kidding. Bro, could you imagine if a Reed baby came out? What the fuck? That would be so crazy. Didn't really expect this story to turn into the Rose's confidant arc. We got the whole family confidant going now. We have fucking maxed out that social link, that's for sure. Like one of the bees that Bill Nye the Science Guy fucking crushed in Smiling Friends. Jesus.
You're still alone.
Dude, there's some people that would love to see the Stegosaurus fall. I am not one. She doesn't cause it, she foretells it, and you have to change before the bad comes. Change fate. Yeah, could fate be less vague though? Like, instead of saying there will be calamity, could they say that you're gonna get hit by a car tomorrow at roughly 4 p.m. So I could be like, oh, I guess I shouldn't go out on the road at 4 p.m.
She just a funny cards.
What if it's an inverted reverse? Does that mean it negates itself? You become the Uno god. Brother, this fic would be so fucked if it went into NTR randomly. I enjoy Stego. Yeah, I enjoy Stego too, but like, here's the thing, right? Like, fucking, there's a clear vision here, right? Where you see where Karma Chicken Baby's taking the story, but if they fucking just like veered out of left field into something crazy, I would be sitting here flabbergasted. I would probably have to pause midstream if it was like, and then the NTR was proven real. I'd probably have to go, buh, buh, and we'd have an aside and be like, guys, guys, it's so bad out here. 4 p.m., that's clearly 6 of Cups. I thought it was the 8 of Wands. Imagine if you get a reading and you drew Exodia. Does that just mean like you win? Or does that mean you like wither on the spot and die? Literally means grow and change as a person. She gets a lot of unwarranted hate. Yeah, I mean I like the Stegoros. Stegoros is green, so they automatically get some rep in my book. But I think Stegoros is a nice little a pear-shaped oddball. Or not pear-shaped, a pear oddball. Pear-colored oddball. I like her. I don't know how much I would like her IRL, but I don't know. I feel like she's nice. You don't get it, Mr. Creamer. You need the deluxe package to get the actual use for Stegoros. Magic. Holy shit, I had a burpee come up there. How much does a deluxe package cost? Like, how much do I have to pay to upgrade? It was the heart of the cards. Turns into a Walk the Dinosaur copy pasta at the final chapter. Someone's gonna make the Nun in the Chamber alt verse. That would be hilarious. Okay, but what if the card is holographic? Goes for a card reading, gets Pot of Greed, gets another card, Pot of Greed, another Pot of Greed. Just mill through the whole tarot deck. Stella sitting in fucking silent shock, wondering how all those Pot of Greeds got into the deck, because that's not regulation. It would stun block me just as bad as the Second Chances mod. Wait, which one was the Second Chances mod? Oh, fuck that one. Yeah, right. I had to think for a second. My brain had buried that. No Fork of None in the Chamber. That's a lemon NTR full of snooters. Stella plays Seal of Orichalcos. Now it's a shadow reading. I need to go find like my Yu-Gi-Oh deck. And by my Yu-Gi-Oh deck, I just mean all my fucking cards that I had. I never really played Yu-Gi-Oh. I just liked fucking looking at the art. No, the final chapter is going to be the full B-movie script. If that happened, I would start crying because I knew I would have to read it and nobody would let me not like move on from it. For the love of God, don't. Stella gives you a reading. 4 cards are in her hand. You pull one card out. You turn it over. It's the picture of a hamlet in a mountain with the funny iron crown. I feel like Stella would know exactly what that is and would start going. Me from the future. Oh no. Pear-shaped oddball doesn't sound so bad. Real. You must watch 500 hours of Japanimation for deluxe Stego magic. The payment is not in money, but in time. How many days is that? Oh boy, that's a lot of time. Do I have to watch it with Stella, or can I do it in my own time? I wonder which Arcana Rose's family is. Man, I'd have to brush up on my fucking persona. Here's your card reading. Draws holographic Charizard. Yo, that's a rare one. That's a rare one. Second Chances was the one where we had to break out of the high purity copium to make it. Yeah. Yeah, I was able to finally to get that point again. Tarot readings, but Yu-Gi-Oh characters. What in your futures with the holographic Charizard? True. Couple $100 at least. Secret Nun in the Chamber ending will be smashing. Dude. Okay. So you remember, so I don't remember if I said it on the stream, right? But I went to go and show my mom, like she headed over to our apartment, and I was just like gonna show her some pictures of Fang, right? And the ones that I saw online were like, oh, these are a little lower quality than I'd like. Let me go and fuck, give me a sec. My brain's not working right. I had said, oh, let me go and actually pull up some of the sprites from the game, right? Because that makes sense. That makes sense to do. The issue, in case you have forgotten, let's take a look at this together. Let's go to game. Let's go to images. Let's go to Fang. Let's go to basic set. And then I pulled this up. And I was like, fuck. Fuck, I can't just show this. This won't make any sense. Ah, shit. Damn it. Stella's Dark Magician Girl. Fool, I've watched all of One Piece. This Stegoros is mine. Curse you, Judy. Why is Fang in jail? Murder. Not like context helps this. No, it doesn't. Dog, have you still not fixed it? Dog, I haven't went back and played Snooped game. Mr. Kermit, can I see this? No. No. You must look. Observe. This motherfucker forgot about Nigel Fangberry. I really did. We talked about this multiple times in multiple streams. How the hell did you forget about this? Because I had just forgotten, brother. I forgot that my fucking my files had been irrevocably changed. Getting a fresh install and copying with image folder worked. That's what I did. Yeah. I know how to fix it. It's just funny. It looks like a modified Bored Ape NFT. Oopsies, didn't mean to hit that one. Let's get closer. Smashing. Smashing. Are you even a real snoot, bro? He doesn't replay his snoot daily. Leave me alone. Fucking amazing. Keep it for the funny. Alright. Guys, I said we were going to do a chapter tonight. We've done a chapter tonight. This is a smaller stream, about a 2.5 hour. You know how it is. No, Anna, that's not me. Kisses the Nigel Snoopberry. Ugh. Ugh. But yeah. Tomorrow, no streamies like usual because I got to do thingies. Then Wednesday we'll be back with a stream, hopefully at our usual time, as long as my fucking sleepy BB does not hit me too hard. Depending on what we do on Wednesday, maybe you'll get another chapter in another chamber. No promises. I want to do another chapter this week at some point, so that way I can make up for not doing 2 chapters tonight. But we'll see. We'll see. Keep an eye on the Discord. If I end up not streaming, hopefully I'll make an announcement. I know I didn't make one yesterday, but that's just because I didn't get out of bed until fucking 2, and I figured people could kind of put 2 and 2 together at that point that I wasn't streaming that night, and I was just gonna address it today, so. You know. Bring up the Giga Brain Naomi. Fuck, do I have to? I do, don't I? Okay, hold up a sec. Where is it? Is it in here? I think it would be in here. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's a real one in here. That's a not fake one. There you go. There you go. All right, fellas. Anybody who's in chat, be lurking or otherwise, I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed another chapter of the good old Nun in the Chamber. We'll be back, like I said, on Wednesday. Until then, hope you have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. And I hope to see you again later. Bye-bye.